My mother's in a New Hampshire nursing home. She's almost out of money. Will be applying for why New Hampshire? Well, anyway, applying for Medicaid soon. While we're working to get Medicaid and while the cash is gone, can the nursing home kick mom out for non-payment? Second question, Medicaid is looking at mom's money from present to 5 years back. Yeah, no kidding. For 6 or 8 years ago, an account was opened in my niece's name. Mom is the second name on this account. Can they also take this money? This account is also in New Hampshire. Okay, so we don't practice law in New Hampshire, and we're not practicing law on a radio show anyway. But here's the deal. Right now, Michigan does not put Medicaid lien on your house when you apply for Medicaid. But 43 states do, including all the New England states. They all put a lien on the house so that sooner or later the state's getting it. They're going to get repaid when you run out of money, yeah, but they're still coming after it. And I'm just guessing, because I don't know, I'm guessing that there's a house here, but they didn't say that there was. It just says we're going to be applying for Medicaid soon. So here's the way this works. Here's the problem with it. Many people go into a long-term care situation with savings, and maybe in this case, because they don't mention the house, maybe they sold the house already and they've been using the proceeds, which would be even more tragic if they did that. But maybe that's the case. The problem is, frequently, I don't say all the time, but I would say frequently, there's a disconnect between private pay and Medicaid. So you'll have a gap, a month or 2 or 3, between running out of the money and getting on the Medicaid. It's not that easy. I got a thing on Facebook last week. Flabbergasted. Now, this is what the person's saying. Flabbergasted that we would charge to do the Medicaid application. And flabbergasted at the amount of the fee and on and on and on. And just outrageous and all this, speaking from a place of almost pure ignorance about what is involved in a Medicaid application, And this person's like, well, it should all be, and we do everything fixed fee. So when if you engage with us for practically anything, up front what we're doing, what the result is going to be, right, within the bounds of human knowledge, and what it costs. So it's very easy to do the cost benefit. This is what it costs. This is what I'm getting. Okay. I like to do things that way in my own life. I think most people do. The idea that I would engage for $300, $400, $500 an hour to somebody, and you tell me when you're done. Tell me when you're done spending my money. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know I'm a lawyer and all that, but I that just seems like a bad deal to me. I'd like to know. And so anyway, this person, and of course it's not the client, it's not the parent, it's the child. The child's always the one who, it's not the person actually getting the services. It's always the kids who are very concerned. Anyway, long story short, there's a lot that goes on in a Medicaid application. Very easy to get a Medicaid application denied. And if you don't know what you're talking about, like my Facebook commenter there, very easy. So, this is amazing. It's an 8-page application. How hard can it be? Yeah, well, the problem is not the 8 pages, right? The problem is the 200 to 300 pages of supporting documentation, because every number on that application needs to be verified, needs to be supported. They're all audited. We've got a case right now. They went back the whole 5 years, and they want to know what the $20 from the ATM machine was for. Like, how the hell do I know? I mean, how many times do you hit an ATM machine, get $20, $50, whatever it is, right? So you got some walking around money, right? Well, they wanted an explanation. And from 5 years ago, can you do that? If you ask your mom and dad, if you ask your spouse, hey, what was this on July 23rd? You took out $50 from the ATM. What'd you do with it? Who knows? I don't know. I went to McDonald's, I guess. I don't know, right? Well, that's not good enough, okay? And so they approved the application, but they gave us a penalty period for all the things we could not account for So, of course, we're appealing it. Now, the appeal, right, is going to be more work, everything else, than the original application, which was terrible because we had to go through 5 years of bank records, on and on and on. But now we're taking the appeal, and there's no additional fee for that because that's part of the fixed fee. Now, this flabbergasted person would like to pay by the hour for all of that, and the fee would wind up being a multiple of what we would have charged, because our thing is delivering results, not excuses, right? And if I tell you, those caseworkers were terrible and they're making me do all this additional work, well, if I'm billing you by the hour, is that reliable? Do you believe that or not? It's up to you. You're listening to the David Carrier Show. I'm David Carrier, your family's flat, fixed fee personal attorney.